The most brutal knockouts Terence Crawford ever landed.
Quitting Gamboa. He keeps battling, falling forward. Uppercut drops him again. It's
at home. Is he the finisher they all expect him to be? He is. What a huge right hand, and he has done it.
Just taking it up the gears.
Oh, what a right hand, King is still on top of his game.
This is Fighting is Art. Let's go. Crawford would go 13-0 prior to his showdown with Derek Campos. With a showdown out in the fresh Colorado air, Bud knew he wanted to make a statement. In other words, this one would not last long.
Watch your heads, watch your heads. Walk to me. Walk to me. All right, let me see the gloves. Walk to me. Walk to me. You okay? You want to go, right? Don't push him. Don't push him. That's it. Got him. Watch him.
Now 14-0, it was clear that Bud needed a step up in competition. We jump forward to the 23-0 Crawford as he looked to take on the elite Yuriokis Gamboa. In fact, both men were 23-0 coming into this bout, but only one man would carry his unbeaten record onto the next level.
First jab by Crawford.
not much difference between the two fighters so far. If I had to guess, I'd say that Crawford has landed more blows than has Gamboa. But as Larry said, and I expect soon he's going to have to take some risks. In spite of the crowd and the reaction that Crawford has, he's perfectly comfortable in doing exactly what he's doing.
Crawford so calm all week long, such a calm demeanor. And I don't think this crowd will get to him in that sense. I think he'll be very under control all night long, doing exactly what he needs to do.
Good right hand on the inside.
See if anything changes. There's the jab immediately in the face of Gamboa.
A lot of the questions early was how if Gamboa was going to have any ring rust.
But at this distance, Crawford can outbox him all night like this.
His team speaking somewhat candidly, but it was a little tough for him making 135 this time around, Colonel.
But at least the promoter wanting him to go to 140. But all of that's academic right now. And a little rough on the inside there. Both have 16 knockouts. Gamboa looks like he's going to put the pedal to the pedal in this round.
The picture changes. Good right hand on the inside, but didn't hurt Gamboa.
Crawford elects to go for a southpaw for a couple of seconds, and he gets whacked. Closing seconds of the third round. They exchange shots, but I think Gamboa got the better of it. Have gone in favor of Gamboa. They have on our score sheets, but we're unofficial. Chops him with the right hand, fighting from the southpaw stance.
Well, he's not switching. He's just fighting left-handed now.
This is the left hand get through, but did it shake Gamboa? Gamboa's on the assault, putting pressure still.
And that was a question, too, coming into the fight, Larry, was Gamboa's chin.
Two undefeated fighters. He's had that puffy cheek for a couple of rounds now.
Good little right hand hook by Crawford.
And remember, Terence said when he fights as a southpaw, he feels like he has more power with his left, but he's not landing many lefts. He's not touching him when he's jabbing as a southpaw. As this kid Gamboa is very quick on his feet and with his hands.
Oh, he hurt him with the right hand.
Yeah, he staggered and dropped him with the left hand. He hurt him with the right, then the left hand dropped him. Here's Gamboa now. And he's nailed with that left hand and dropped. You're right, Larry, he was getting brave. And he was out of position. And the rest of this round, he's fighting on instinct.
Gamboa got a little too reckless.
Well, you said he was going to have to at some stage, and he's real reckless now, but his legs aren't there. Terence touches him up with a pretty good jab, whacks him with the left hand, downstairs, loads up with the right hand.
Gamboa is fighting
right
back valiantly.
He is hurt, trying to hang on. Terence imposing his will on Gamboa right now. Gamboa is staggering. Slides to his right, nail with another right hand. He's ready to go again, but we're out of time in the fifth round. Nails him again. He's back on his heels.
Took some heavy shots at the end of that round, so let's see.
Evens out the fight, I think, on our cards, right, Colonel, at 47 all.
Yeah, at the very least. But that's the least important thing right now. The thing is, can he continue the pace? He's fighting as a right-handed fighter now.
Whether he can weather this kid or not, he is showing us that he's got some.
He got cracked by a good.
You don't get to be as good as him.
Almost 2 minutes into this sixth round.
Very flat-footed. I was just going to say that, Colonel. Still looking a little shaky as he kind of walks forward with heavy feet.
Closing seconds now. This is the sixth round.
Ref says fight on.
I mean, we describe his trunks are a bathing suit right now. They're dripping that much, folks. Gamboa's legs are totally back, so whatever they've done in the corner, he's revived. And as they say that, he gets whacked.
Well, as you pointed out, Colonel, he's been looking down, and when he looked down, Crawford popped him.
Very slippery, yeah.
All those punches that Gamboa threw and nothing really touched Crawford.
Compared to the early rounds, Gamboa looks like he's going through motions now. Not. Now we see the advantage of the taller guy.
Gino Rodriguez says, hey, get that corner cleaned up. All right, here we go to round number 8. The Colonel Bomb Sheridan and Larry Merchant, Christina Ponce, watching Top Rank Boxing.
You know, it's one punch at a time, hoping something happens and making something happen. I don't know if there's a if there's necessarily going to be a hometown advantage, but there shouldn't be a hometown disadvantage, and he'll get credit for everything he does at the very least.
Oh, here's Gamboa in the process of landing some shots. Now, he dropped him, hit him with the right hand, then the left hand, and the knee went down. Take a look at this knockdown. Now you see who's on the assault, not really landing many blows, and then bang, right across the jaw, left hand, and a solid right hand. And it dropped him down to the canvas. So Gamboa has been down twice in the fight now, but that changes the whole complexion of the fight right now, because Gamboa is still on his feet. There's not a lot of time left in this 8th round. There he is again, and he got hurt again as Gamboa was throwing his shoe-shine punches. Crawford blasted him one more time. Just got himself in position to make that call because he was kind of behind. Gino Rodriguez being the official that was able to call that immediately when that foot hit the canvas. Well, he's got to throw all caution to the wind. If he gets stopped, he gets stopped, but he can't win in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. Actually, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Right hand landed, and now Crawford's going back to conventional. He lands an uppercut.
Solid uppercut.
I'm not sure what happened either, but when he went back to the corner after the last round, he looked a little tired to me.
And it's my belief that he hurt Terence Crawford at some stage in this 9th round. Hey, Crawford cracked him again. It straightened out the right leg of Gamboa. He drops him again. That's a hard knockdown that time with the left hook.
To be a real champion.
Remember, there were stages in that round where I thought that he might have been hurt, and he drops him with a vicious left hook. He still has time to finish him off. 22 seconds, he's back at him. Gamboa's totally out on his feet. Can Crawford catch him one more time? There's no quit in Gamboa. He keeps battling, falling forward. Uppercut, drops him again. It's all over. Terence Crawford has stopped Kavaliauskas Gamboa to defend his title in his hometown.
Never before defeated, obviously never knocked out. One of the most celebrated amateurs of his time.
And so Crawford added even more silverware to his collection, but he was far from done. Career fight number 30 saw Bud take on John Molina next. Most fans and analysts expected this to be an easy night's work for Bud, but you can never rule out fighters competing at this level.
Against a guy who's not really that hard a hitter, I don't think, DeMarco. At least he hasn't established it that, and he was taken out. So let's go. I was just going to...
Southpaw stance early against Molina, so let's see if Crawford switches it up or stays the full round as an orthodox fighter.
Early moments of this fight, Molina not only getting out quick, he's getting out strength.
I've never seen anyone, I don't think, really switch from right-handed to left-handed as seamlessly as Terence Crawford.
There's a good right hand from Molina. Crowd really a factor. That's a good, strong jab as he tries to be aggressive with him. Every fighter that has been aggressive with Crawford has gotten himself knocked out.
And he has not done that so far. He's looking for a big shot.
His legs kind of went again with that combination by Crawford. Another good left hand by Crawford.
And he threw a 1-2 combination, but he threw it backwards. Threw the cross first, then the jab.
I think it's a little bit of a shame you're not going to see the very best John Molina tonight, because there's no way that that weight cut did not affect.
It's nothing venture, nothing gain. If he loses the fight, he loses his title. Time! Big first round for Crawford.
Starts the second round.
And on the move.
Oh, the ref can't get out of the way.
Crawford got the
In a bottle. He is dangerous at all times. Even if this fight goes into the later rounds, it may not, but if
there was a good left hand from Crawford.
Bay when he fought that fight and stopped him in the last round.
That's right. And Bay was undefeated at the time. Oh. Not virtually every punch that Crawford throws with authority staggers Molina. Left hand, left the body, right to the head.
I mean, he already looks like he's just trying to survive.
As if fighting a bigger guy is no problem at all.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a much bigger foe.
It's just working him. Good right hand there, or left hand there too.
Wipeout.
I think everybody did. Everyone was talking about how it's a 50-50 fight coming in. You have the 1 versus 2, both of the guys undefeated, and you know, Crawford pretty much put on a clinic.
Which right now this looks like only a question of time. Maybe that's what that question mark on Molina's trunks is.
Something he's got to be careful with, maybe getting cut, because he's really just lunging in there with his head.
No, but he's Crawford off. Whether it's sloppy, be off balance, throw him into the ropes, hit him, you know, with illegal punches. And there's that right.
He did get there with that right. Came back with a left hand.
That was more than most opponents get against him.
But sometimes that's all a fighter needs to say.
Kind of going back to what brought him here, and that is get in there, try to get your man out of there.
Crawford a slightly bit more.
Good left hand from Crawford.
Then he launched that right.
Another combination, lunging right hand from Molina. Molina just trying to get lucky, just missed with that right hand. Like that one. Good left, sharp left hand again by Crawford, and another left hand.
Well, he dug that left hand to the solar plexus there, uppercut.
Left hand, double left hand, and a right hand behind it by Crawford. Right hand, top of the head. Left hand, straight left hand.
Stop, don't punch.
That's you know, I agree with you. I see that he's you know, he does.
Yeah, I know it's different style. There's just something about his demeanor in the ring.
While he's getting a warning still, that's probably smart stuff for Molina to do. See, now that's a jab meant to do some damage.
In the fight, he needs to fight against Molina. On the move, sticking the jab.
Molina still comes after him with a lot of energy. But
it's probably his toughest fight that he had, and even though Gamboa was the smaller guy in stature, I don't know if people realize how much power and
with the geometry of the ring and your opponent in mind.
Good left hand. Molina just keeps doing what he's doing. Body shot from Crawford. That was more of a slip by Molina than anything else, but Crawford trying to follow up. Crawford trying to take care of some business. Good body shot. Another one from Crawford.
Don't halt, Terence.
Another good body shot from Crawford.
And who even bothers to associate body punching with Terence Crawford? And you've seen how devastating a body puncher he is in this round. There's some of the body punching we were talking about. You saw that right hand to the body. I thought he did that.
We're watching an elite fighter. There's a lot of very good fighters out there. There's a handful of elite fighters. He's just doing whatever.
He's got most of this crowd on their feet right now.
Every round, too, something a little different twist from Crawford.
It's like, okay, are you going to take a point away or not? So let's see if he is more on top of it or if Crawford just finishes him.
Crawford comes out more aggressive here. You can almost sense Crawford trying desperately to stay away from anything that resembles a headbutt. Good strong jab.
Those are hard jabs.
Yeah,
Molina's still walking right to him.
it is getting a little ugly in there. Molina would have wanted Crawford, and he got him there, and Crawford got the better of it.
He ducks this way, then he ducks that way, then he's behind you, then he's straight up.
But he's always
with his cross.
When he throws a punch, he's always balanced stuff, even though he does.
Which is also something Manny Pacquiao does so well, is hitting from those angles, those punches you don't see coming, which makes that matchup so intriguing.
Straight left hand, but it sure is effective. Threw that from his hip.
That was pretty.
I don't think you can make a case for him winning any round. Yes, he did.
That right?
Yes, he did. Left hand misses. Crawford with a left hand of his own.
Terence Crawford fight was just how nuanced he was in there. All the things that he did so correctly and beautiful. He's very unusual.
He has a full toolbox in any given.
Just a sharp left hand. Nothing fancy about it. Good body shot. Right hand behind it very quickly. The crowd sensing that maybe something might be happening here. Molina says, come on, come to me. Molina just missed with the right hand. Crawford turns him, gets him in the corner. And Molina did get there with the right hand. Off the ropes.
Molina feeding off the energy a little bit too. He kind of says, come on, guys, come on.
Now, three-punch combination and a knees wobble. Crawford on top of him now, trying to finish the deal. Right to the body, right to the head, down he goes. That's it, it's over.
All right, let's take a look at the finish of the fight. Molina was calling for him to slug it out with him, and Terence took him up on the invitation, chased him back into the corner, and then unleashed. Look at this fusillade of punches. Body, head, left, right, everything.
I think it started with the body shot.
Oh, right there.
It was a beautiful body punch. Staggered into the corner. Molina got his wish. He was willing to slug with him. But he didn't get his wish in getting this kind of a finish. And when he went down hard.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the complete package. I mean, a total victory in every aspect of the fight.
And just from a different angle here, you can just see the effectiveness. Molina trying to cover up, but finally, it is just...
It took just 8 rounds for Crawford to see off Molina, and his light welterweight campaign was only continuing to impress. Before he tested the waters at full welterweight level, Crawford would take on Julius Indongo. Up to this point, Indongo was unbeaten at 22-0, but he was about to learn a lesson about the levels that exist in the boxing ring.
Good-looking counter left hand from Crawford as Indongo lunged in.
One other thing that Crawford is that you missed, he's faster.
Crawford, one of the best switch hitters in the game, can do it either way. Comes out, as Teddy said, he's going to meet fire with fire and be in that southpaw stance.
Fighting and defending his belt.
Remember, he won his first world title with a first-round knockout.
You know, we talk about all these talents, all these abilities. Who's got the physical strength? Who has the size, the length, the speed, all those things. But one thing that shouldn't be missed that I think favors Crawford, the intellect.
On paper, it's a 3-inch height advantage. There's a swinging, swiping left hand from Indongo. Crawford gets right back into the kitchen and the crowd reacts.
And I think just overall, Crawford is just more settled. And when you're settled as a fighter, you can think better, you can implement your game plan better, and you'll see the shots that you need to land. Good shot from Crawford right there, but Indongo still just a little tight for my taste.
And then on the back end, a right hand to the body, and that's going to be a knockdown score.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you okay? You want to continue? Give me your gloves.
Knockdown right here. Right hand to the body. You're going to see the left hand coming up right there behind the ear.
That's a great point. Let's see how he reacts.
Terence Crawford is a great finisher.
And perhaps a little too willing is Indongo here. Half-minute left in the second round. But you can see some doubt, to your point, Andre. He is fat with those left hands, Teddy. There is opportunity throughout the night.
Yeah, you can handle those fat punches if you Crawford two different ways. Punch in between them.
Another knockdown scored with a vicious body shot. Oh my, what a body shot.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Bud Crawford is the undefeated, undisputed champion of the world.
Talking about with fat punches, you can punch in between them. And that's exactly what Crawford did. Just watch. Wide punches create holes. There's a big hole underneath. Left hand to the body by the southpaw of Crawford. Right hook misses. Left hand to the body. The follow-up doesn't. Young fighters out there, that's the benefit of combination punches.
This bout was a stepping stone to greater things. And boy, was Crawford about to be great. Jeff Horn was the fighter tasked with welcoming Bud to welterweight. He had won his title by upsetting the legendary Manny Pacquiao. The question on everyone's mind is whether he could do the same to Bud.
And the Horn camp wants to be able to get work done on the inside.
There you go. You see right there, right out the gate, Terence is controlling distance. Every time Horn steps in, he gets out just far enough, and he tries to counter just like there.
Getting after it pretty early here.
That darting in shit. Gotta stop this from darting in.
That's a good plan. It's a check hook because Horn lunges in just like that with his head.
Oh, Horn comes in with a right hand that lands flush on Crawford.
And that you saw Horn drop low like he was going to the body and looped a looping right hand and caught Crawford backing out.
Comes back in, and there's Crawford that does check that right hand hook from that southpaw position. It's also noticeable, especially compared to last summer, Tim, and we understand the weight issue yesterday on the scale for Jeff Horn. His body has changed. He's far more muscular and cut up than the Jeff Horn that defeated Manny Pacquiao.
Horn just doesn't attack straight on. He does every now and then, but he gives you a lot of movement in front. Different looks, him switching up, going to the outside. That's what Horn is pretty good at, disguising his attacks. Well, it's funny, he was being bullied. Now he's trying to be the bully in the ring.
I don't know if that's
ironic.
Irony or destiny.
Pretty good looking opening rounds here, and good exchange there as Crawford able to land. Round number 2.
Here's Horn coming in, trying to land the right hand.
And there was that opportunity for that right hook
Watch your head,
as Horn came charging in.
The way you beat a softball, you got to land that right hand. It's kryptonite to a softball. Straight right hand, looping right hand. Change the trajectory on it. Go down to the body, to the head. Loop the shot sometimes. Terence still having a hard time finding that rhythm. See, he can't even land that jab right now. And every time Horn steps in, he likes to body up with you, throw you off balance. Don't allow you to let your combinations or your counters go.
Left hand to the body from Crawford. Shot that last round from Bud Crawford. That was the signature punch of that second round.
Great, that's how you weaken the stronger guy. Or a bigger guy like Horn.
Undoubtedly a bigger guy. Naturally the bigger man. Not the better athlete, not the more skilled fighter. Thus the left hand that landed moments ago with the reaction time of Crawford.
Later on in the fight.
We're listening to Glenn Rushton.
There are holes and opportunities. He can't get greedy though. Horn will fire back at him.
There's Horn trying to get to work on that belt line on the inside. Robert Byrd's going to earn his paycheck tonight, that's for sure, the referee. Trying to come with a left uppercut as Horn came forward. End of 2 in our world title fight. There have been so many feature stories done on him. The book on Jeff Horn, major motion picture coming out. All that centering on the relationship of trainer to fighter. That time he came forward and Bud nailed him. Right hook. Charging in with a right hand, and now they exchange in the middle of the ring.
With another look at it right here. Terence following him out.
Bud, more the aggressor that time, doubling up the jab, trying to come with a straight left hand. Horn fires back. Good stuff here.
Now Terence sees the opportunity that once he counters, Horn steps back with his hands down to try to reset. And he's following him out with combinations at times.
I am bigger, I am stronger, I am in my prime.
There is Miss Deborah, Bud Crawford's mother. Outstanding feature story on ESPN.com. The dynamic relationship between Deborah and her son, and all that Bud Crawford overcame to arrive to this mountaintop of a career.
With straight punches.
Horn willing to still come through the front door. Makes it fun, doesn't it? Snapping that jab is Crawford off the right hip.
Horn got cut in training camp last night, sparring with headgear.
That was 3 weeks prior to his December title defense. Just falling forward that time. Defensive flaw. Crawford couldn't take advantage, but a left hand hits the mark. And now a pop jab. And a good left-handed combination from the American.
Well, you know who's more fundamentally sound? It's Terence Crawford. He's making Horn pay for all his mistakes, dropping his hands, moving out at distance, close range.
Excellent round from Bud Crawford.
And you see the swelling already over the right eye.
You got some blood over the right eye.
They put a grease on that brow of the right eye of Jeff Horn. Round number 4 for the welterweight championship. We noted that earlier in our tail of the tape. If there is one stat you look at with Bud Crawford, it's his accuracy of power punches. He's dynamic with it.
As the fight go on, fighters weaken. And those are your opportunities when you land shots that you were landing earlier. Guess what? They hurt a lot more.
Let him go, Jeff, let him go.
Later on in the fight.
I mean, there's nothing that Horn is doing here that's going to slow down Bud Crawford later in the fight. He's not working the body. And if you look at his back, he's a welterweight.
Broad and muscular. He also has reach just beyond his measurable height. Another good lead left hand from the Nebraskan. And he looks confident right now.
He'll be slow and steady.
And now it is Bud Crawford and Vasily Lomachenko who vie for that title to be called the world's best. Tonight would be a crowning achievement to become a 3-division champion if Crawford keeps up like this. Good start to round number 5.
Crawford's sharp right now, just sharp shooting. From the outside, he wants to stay right in front of him. Blocking counter, blocking counters. Capitalize on all the mistakes Horn is doing. Horn is not even using his jab, guys, to get in. He's comfortable, he's in control. He knows his range now.
Jeff Horn's breathing heavy.
Horn said, I'll test his soul. I think it's quite the opposite. I think that Crawford is testing Horn's soul.
He's pushing him around. You can see that redness above the right eye as he sends back Horn. Crawford's in control here in round 5.
You okay? All right, let's go.
There was so much talk from the Horn camp. Some of it bothering Bud Crawford, saying it's just stupid. It's silly what's being said. That's exactly what happened in the 10th round against Manny Pacquiao when he was almost TKO'd in the 9th.
Yes, absolutely. Sometimes you can tell your fighter to go into harm's way, and guess what? You put him in danger zone.
He also said, I want to see broken rhythm pressure. Explain that to us.
Broken rhythm pressure is basically moving in and out, herky-jerky type of style.
I thought Pacquiao, the Horn fight, came up against the limits of his size and his age. Right now, Horn is coming up, at least against Crawford, the limits of his talent. Horn can do one thing.
And that's come forward.
And he's paying the price for it now.
He's trying. I mean, he's giving his best foot forward.
Rushton says you just got to land a few shots. It's a lot easier said than done, even on the inside.
Good uppercut that time from Bud Crawford. The left hand landed. Good body shot as well. Remember, he scored his undisputed championship with a body shot knockout of Julius Indongo.
He hit him with the chin shots. He's taking them well, but those body shots will have an effect later on.
One of the things you're seeing with Crawford is a guy who's completely at home with whatever the terms of combat are. You want to go inside? You try to like rough me up? Okay, I'm good there. You want to be in the middle of the ring? Okay, I'm good there.
I told y'all it was like fighting the Black Panther in there. No, he was no joke when I sparred him. Now he's going downstairs.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
That took the air out of Horn right there. And you see,
that was the Indongo shot, something very close to that.
Here we go.
When you get to the championship rounds, you'll see what those body shots will do or have done. If it goes that long.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Halfway through the title fight. And Crawford in control. You mentioned the Black Panther in making your analogy. Chadwick Boseman is sitting ringside for this fight on ESPN+. Great to have the award-winning actor with us. Mark Wahlberg also here tonight, as is Rick Ross and many NFL stars to come see the great Bud Crawford.
Bomac just wants Terence to keep working that body, wear him down, and that's all he wants.
Timmy, you say you want to see more of that. Mark?
Gave him a motivational speech, not a strategic speech in the corner.
I think that's a very good note by you, because I think it demands it at this moment.
But it also means that he's out of strategic options.
Correct. They need to will something to happen.
Yes.
They need that miracle. They need to find that magic that they found somehow late against Pacquiao. But this isn't Manny Pacquiao in the autumn of his career. This is a prime Bud Crawford.
They need Terence to make a mistake.
He is fundamentally sound, and he is athletically superior.
Yes, he is. Horn having a little success right there with that double right hand. He lands it again on Crawford as Crawford leans into the line of fire. See, everything is all set up by the jab from Crawford.
Lead left hand from Crawford, and you just don't see Jeff Horn with that desire to come downhill every attempt as he did in rounds 1. As he has placed left hands all night long. Now orthodox is Bud Crawford. There is the left hook, and this is where he can be most dangerous, Mark.
You good?
From that right hand stance now. That right hand's his power punch. That left hook is deadly. There it is as it backs up Jeff Horn. And now back to southpaw.
Occasionally, Crawford will see him lay on that left side.
Punching between punches and a flush left hand, and here comes Bud on the attack. Half minute to go in round 8. Can he finish him? Strafing shots to the head. Horn is hurt. Body shot lands with the right hand as well. Off balance is the Aussie. Left hand came just short.
I got up. I got 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Floored him there on the bell of a dominating 8th round by Bud. Two-division world champion Bud Crawford against the welterweight champion Jeff Horn. Will he soon be a 3-division champion?
With a round like that in evidence, if you're Glenn Rushton and you love your fighter, how long do you let this thing go on?
Once you get out,
you never know when you're going to cash a lottery ticket too in this game.
That's the beauty about boxing. Only takes one punch.
He has been thoroughly dominated. He has been hurt. He has been outclassed, but all it takes is one go of it. And he's still coming forward.
He knows that he doesn't have the power on his punches like he did early in the fight. So now he's stepping to him and he's making him pay every chance he gets. Terence is sharpshooting right now.
Big left hand, right hook, uppercut, sends him back. Another left hand and a knockdown score.
7, 8.
He is tough for anybody in the welterweight division.
We have been blessed on ESPN to watch Vasily Lomachenko. You just saw Bud Crawford. Who's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? 40 seconds to go here in round number 9. Let's see what Crawford does with it. Here he comes. Backs him up with a left hand again. Horns in the corner. Uppercut lands. Crawford on the attack. That's it. It's over. It's over. We celebrated an undefeated Triple Count winner in New York today, and now a Triple Division world champ here in Vegas. Bud Crawford on top of the world. Just awesome right now. Let's make it official. They are ready to party here in Vegas for the kid from the US of A.
With yet another divisional title in his possession, Crawford clearly wanted to expand his collection. For now, a title defense against Jose Benavidez Jr. would have to suffice. There were added stakes with this one, thanks to a clash at the weigh-ins, but it didn't seem to disturb Bud in the slightest.
He wants Crawford to come forward and attack.
Crawford giving him a smile and a little nod of the head when he went with that jab to the body. Tim, you like the early work with that jab of Benavidez.
He's going to have to out-jab Terence Crawford.
And then Crawford sitting on top with that now southpaw right jab as he comes in with a straight left to the body that scores here. We're going to take just one short break here and then back to Crawford and Benavidez. Stick around.
There he is.
And there he goes to the body. It was a left hand to the body from Crawford.
He can concentrate for 36 minutes and figure it out in there.
Good exchange.
He says Terence Crawford ducked him. I don't find any evidence of that. But in boxing, the imagined slights are usually more important than the real ones.
Jab going from there. There's another body shot that got around the left arm of Benavidez.
But Crawford stepping in behind the jab. You see the peekaboo defense there, even though. Because Benavidez, like I said, is a great counterpuncher. He has a good right hand.
Doubles up the right hand that time, does Crawford. There he works his way to the inside and included yet another body punch.
And here it is again. When you put that peekaboo defense up with those hands up.
The right knee is the knee that was shot. A bullet went through the femoral artery. It fractured the bone.
From Bud Crawford, who has had so much success going to the body in this round, taking control here. One of the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. That's Terence Bud Crawford, trained by Brian McIntyre, a.k.a. Bomac, who's with Bernardo. And you said, watch out for that right hand. Tried to go to the body there, Bud went up top. Now he comes sweeping across that belt line and came up short.
And he's looking to just create things, different angles by switching southpaw.
I got news for you, fellas.
Sure did. And not running makes a good night for you, the viewer, and these fans here. And by the way, in terms of the way the crowd reacts, they very much knew what they were getting themselves into. So much so to the point that Jose Jr. said, hey, this fight's not going a distance. I can't let that happen here in his hometown.
A little politicking by Jose Sr. there.
And use a little bit more angles and confuse Benavidez.
A guy who sits number one atop so many pound-for-pound fighter in the world list. The guy who was number one pound-for-pound retired.
This is more than most people imagine from Jose Benavidez, but it's not more.
He'll use that jab occasionally, but he'll wait on you and he'll fire some combinations back at you. Great counterpuncher. And he has good speed.
As a fighter, was based on those sparring sessions. He's never been in with anyone like that, except for when he was a kid.
Like the champ said, he's catching Crawford on the way out. Crawford had a tendency of doing so, getting off and coming right back.
By Crawford that spiked this crowd here. You saw him double up that left hand. Now he gets right into the kitchen of Benavidez. And he let him go again. Three-punch combination and another right hand to the body from Bud Crawford. As Ward has it 58-56 for Crawford.
Crawford right now controlling the outside. That's why he's able to land these shots. Looks like the movement of Crawford has Benavidez standing still.
I think that Crawford's fighting a little up.
Bernardo has been monitoring both corners. What can you tell us, Bernie?
I see Benavidez breathing hard, and I think Bud is in a great place.
He came in, and Bud came at him. From Bud Crawford, Tim.
There it is. Crawford right here, making a miss, making a pay short. Left hand right there. Now Benavidez is willing to cover up right in front of Terence Crawford. That's a huge mistake.
He's tired.
He is tired.
Moments ago, round 8. Is this the start of where Crawford takes control?
Willingness to attack from Benavidez that I did earlier in the fight.
Covering up like that doesn't work out so well. You know who else notices it? The guy opposite him. Crawford. Three-punch exchange, including a left hand that splits the guard of Benavidez.
And of course,
Crawford comes in. Left hand, right to the body. Good exchange to close out the 8.
Concession that the way to win this fight, in answer to Joe's question, is that right hand coming in.
Andre Ward with an even 6th round, but still Crawford up 78-74. Many ringside have it 5 rounds to 3. Crawford.
Look at the beautiful work by Crawford, changing levels, going downstairs to be able to land some combinations up top like that. Right hook right there. Look at the feet. How he just got out of range right there. Angles out right there. Terence Crawford.
He made a point before. That jab looks good when he throws it right above the knee, walking his dog. Actually, it was a cat, too. It was an exotic $10,000 cat at midnight in Phoenix. Someone targeted him, and he knows.
Benavidez attack. He's standing right in front of Terence Crawford right now, not really using his jab. I want to see Terence Crawford turn it up a little bit more on Benavidez. He's there to be hit. Nice stinging body shot right there from Crawford. This is exactly what Crawford needs to do. He needs to stay close, work the body, block and counter.
Benavidez with an offensive output. Crawford comes right back. Short left hook from Benavidez. Benavidez a little more willing here in round number 10. And Crawford always that way. World champion, pound for pound elite. In 6 minutes for Benavidez to try to find the answer. Look at the power punches now. Crawford comes into this round having landed 100 of 238 thrown.
You talked before about Crawford basically torturing guys who've antagonized him.
Maybe looking at a go for broke 12th round from the undefeated challenger as Crawford brings it a little bit.
There it is again.
Sent off balance.
Check hook.
He's got to sell out right now.
Got to
risk everything.
Right, Tim?
Got to go for it. And he is. He's trying. He's trying to stop Terence and put combinations together to the head and body.
But where is that body shot we saw in the 4th round? Sitting on the ropes and shaking his head is not how he wants to end this fight, however.
Oh! Crawford gets him! My, oh my! What a shot! Half a minute.
I believe Terence lands an uppercut, a right uppercut, a punch he never threw.
Let's see how he goes about it. Best in the world. At home. Is he the finisher they all expect him to be? He is. What a huge right hand, and he has done it.
The whole fight, short uppercut. Then he follows up to finish him with a right hook. Benavidez.
Crawford was exactly where he needed to be and headed for even bigger and better things. The iconic British fighter Amir Khan was next for Bud, and they certainly gave the fans their money's worth with a highly tense face-off. Would Khan's famously suspect chin be able to stand up to Crawford's accuracy?
Crawford, because once Crawford starts getting his jab landing, then he's able to set up his combinations.
Oh, he scores a knockdown! Bud Crawford with a first-round knockdown! We have early drama here at MSG. Crawford, another right hand! And Khan is wobbly again! Trying to stay up! End of one! Wow! We will see when that next right hand lands. There's a body shot with the left hand from Crawford.
Yeah, I don't think he's recovered. I think he's slowly recovering.
There's a lead right hand from Crawford, and he comes with another sweeping punch as it backs up Khan.
There it is.
The buzz fighter among the younger generation, now 13-0 with 11 knockouts scored. Knockout in the 5th against former title challenger Edis Tatley. What a night it's already been.
All set up by the body punches from Crawford.
Gets the body, goes upstairs, says that was low, does Khan. Crawford really doesn't care. He's on the attack.
And that right hook, that's the shot that Crawford's trying to
good body shot by Crawford.
Trying to set the right hook up.
Goes to the body again, and then doubles it up with the left hand and goes upstairs as he's back to an orthodox stance now and clubs with a right hand, sweeps across the belt line, looks for glory, lands a left to the body. Bud come forward.
Watch the sweeping backhand of Terence Crawford. He's setting it up.
There it is. And there's a looping right as well. Now southpaw. Can he give an angle? 3-punch combination. Give him credit. He was down in the first round. He's trying to hang in there. Oh, big left hand from Crawford. Uppercut, right hook. Switching back and forth from righty to lefty and having success. This is what Crawford loves. He loves finding the solution and inflicting pain.
Crawford trying to drop that right hand, man. He's trying to catch Amir in between his shots. Just like that.
Did you see the transition right there where he stepped back? I think it's low blow.
This fight's being stopped because of that. No, we got more than 4 rounds in books.
Come on now.
With yet another big win under his belt, Bud moved on to bigger and better things. A clash with the Mean Machine was next up for Crawford, and though we didn't realize it just yet, this fight was setting up to be a great one.
It's very rare, he has equal skills from both stances and equal power. You don't have to prepare for one style, you have to prepare for multiple styles when you face Terence Bud Crawford.
That's exactly what he's doing, and he just took the jab downstairs on Crawford. You rarely ever see guys go to Crawford's body.
Terence Crawford has educated feet, trained feet. Kavaliauskas doesn't. He likes to be still. They're not very quick. He doesn't really have a lot of creativity down low.
Doubling up that jab is Crawford. He will range find a bit. By the way, long arms and always can maximize his range on that frame. Doesn't have the wear and tear and the miles on the odometer or been through what Khan had been through prior to that point.
And that's why Crawford started fast in that fight, because the scouting report on Amir Khan was that he couldn't take a shot.
See Crawford masterful with that range, isn't he?
I like the patience of Kavaliauskas. He's not rushing in there. He doesn't want to get countered. You know, he's taking his time, trying to get Terence Crawford comfortable.
I like the patience of Kavaliauskas as well, too. Even though his feet aren't fast, he understands his range and where he needs to be. He's landing some good jabs, and he's in this fight, and he's thinking just like Crawford's thinking.
I don't know if that's a good thing, because you don't want a sharpshooter like Crawford to be sitting back thinking. You know, he should. Oh,
good exchange that time. Right hand came in.
He needs to shorten those shots up if he wants to step inside.
So best work we've seen so far in the early goings goes to the challenger from Lithuania. That's how he did it in the second round as well, with the right hand.
Pull him back with his hands down.
And now Crawford looks to exchange and pop a right hand. And now Crawford goes to the body. And look at the action we have here in round 3 as Kavaliauskas, another exchange. Simply the grappling with the arms. The feet never got tied up, but it was ruled a slip. It most likely should have been ruled a knockdown for Kavaliauskas, but still, now in back-to-back rounds, good work with the right hand for the upset-minded title challenger, and the power punches through 3 rounds. Kavaliauskas is landing 42% as they exchange here, and Crawford's landing 30%. He had a 19-10 power connect edge through 3. Let's check in with Bernardo.
Terence was not hurt. He's good. He recovered well. I didn't think it was a knockdown. All he needs to do is keep his hands up and not get caught in those exchanges.
That's the report from the corner of Crawford. There was another right hand moments ago from Kavaliauskas. Remember, he's in that southpaw stance, and the right hand is the southpaw killer. That's right. What does damage against southpaws. Perhaps Terence should go back orthodox.
We talked about that earlier, Joe Tess. I'm not sure why he's been standing in front of Kavaliauskas all night long. I anticipated, and I think Kavaliauskas anticipated Crawford moving, boxing, and then trying to come to him mid to late in the fight. I think Crawford's doing a little bit too much too soon.
Crawford right now is picking up the tempo.
He sure is. He's willing to trade. Look at this. These right hands have now brought out the fight in Crawford.
Right.
They are exchanging in the middle of the ring.
I don't like the 50-50 exchanges, especially with a guy like Kavaliauskas, who has his feet planted, and he's getting that big right hand off, and he's landing it.
50-50 exchanges when you're this level of world champion. They give the underdog a great chance. Sweeping body shot from Bud Crawford. This crowd is loving this title fight already. The unexpected drama thanks to the right hands of Kavaliauskas. Crawford was looking to time that left hand. That the upset-minded challenger has come out red hot. Kavaliauskas has landed a couple big right hands, and now you can hear the buzz. People wondering, how will this play out? Bud Crawford, who is used to dominating the competition, has a guy coming to him now. And Andre Ward's scorecard has it 2 rounds apiece. Bud takes the first round, likely takes the last, but the second and third round when Kavaliauskas landed flush with the right hands. In the last 2 rounds, Kavaliauskas is enjoying a 37-24 edge in punches landed. There are the power punches where he has a 31-21 connect advantage.
I don't like this game plan right now from Crawford. He's fighting fire with fire. He's getting hit with shots he shouldn't be getting hit with this early in the fight. Kavaliauskas has only been 10 rounds 2 times, never been 12.
Slow down the stronger fighter.
If you're Kavaliauskas, keep doing what you're doing.
Kavaliauskas just got to let his hands go, Dre. That's all he got to do. Every time Crawford gets close, he needs to just let those bombs go. He's hurt right now. Kavaliauskas is hurt with that shot.
And Bud senses it here. A minute to go in round 5.
Crawford just sniffed something out. He sniffed him out. He knows that he don't like the pressure.
And let me tell you something. Crawford doesn't mind this at all.
But he got to be careful.
Combination comes in from Crawford. He has taken control here in this 5th round. Now, you would know his psyche as well as anybody's, Ray. It was an excellent visit you had with him recently. I know he's got great respect for everything you've done in your career.
Nice changeup from Terence Crawford. Led with the straight left and came with a nice little right hand to jab. Beautiful combination. Crawford got to be careful. Every time he shoots a shot, let him go. Stop. Kavaliauskas is answering.
Big underdog, and yet he has fought about as good a fight as he can fight to this point. Bernardo is in the corner of Terence Crawford with Brian McIntyre.
I'm looking for him so he can get more rhythm, so he can be a little bit more dangerous. Right now he don't got no rhythm, but it looked like he might be coming into it now. I think he liked this competition.
What about turning to the south, from the southpaw to the orthodox stance?
Once he feel it, he'll go to it.
You're not asking him for it?
No, once he feel it, he'll go to it.
Thank you very much, Bill Mack.
Does that surprise you that the trainer is saying it's on the fighter?
It is on the fighter, Joe, because I think they're telling Terence the right things. They had a game plan, and I'm not sure this was the game plan, but sometimes as a fighter, you're stubborn. And again, I'm not sure from Kavaliauskas if I do anything different.
Look at that. Look at that. That's what you got to do right there.
There's a left uppercut from Crawford. He steps right into that kitchen.
He's smelling it now. He's orthodox now. He smells the knockout.
And now, as a righty, Crawford comes in. There's a 3-punch combination from the champ. Oh, and Kavaliauskas comes back and lands a combination zone. And Crawford just nails him. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kavaliauskas goes down. You want to fight? Here comes Bud.
One of the best finishers in the boxing.
Looking for the uppercut, straight right hand. Oh, he's got Kavaliauskas hurt here. Looking to finish him here in the final seconds of round 7. Kavaliauskas willing to trade. My, oh my, is that good stuff.
Yeah, but if Bud starts at the body, the head will be open.
He just did. He had a sweeping left hand to the body and then came upstairs.
Every time Bud Crawford goes down to the body, when he starts to the body, it sets up the head shot. Nice right hand.
And now Kavaliauskas right in the kitchen with a combination, including the left hand. Double right uppercut from Crawford.
Starting with that body work.
Crawford brought Kavaliauskas right to him. Sat inside. Kavaliauskas got lazy with his chin on the platter.
Kavaliauskas got to let that right hand go. As soon as Terence Crawford gets close, he needs to throw a right hand, a looping right hand. He needs to throw a shot at Crawford to back him up off of him.
He's throwing, he just ain't backing him up.
Crawford very comfortable standing right in front, punching between punches as Kavaliauskas drives him straight back and ties up. And that'll get him through round number 8.
Crawford took that last round off, and
he's got a rhythm to him right now.
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, a lunging left hand that backs up Kavaliauskas. Then an uppercut, an absolutely brilliant uppercut.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Terence Crawford made up his mind, and I'm gonna stop you for hurting me, and I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get that done, whether I'm in the southpaw stance or the right hand stance. And Kavaliauskas felt every bit of Terence Crawford tonight, and he realized that his levels to the game, and this dude has an intensity that's different than most.
And here's the end of the fight. Terence Crawford again attacking with that looping left hand. It was available for him earlier. And here it is again. Nice little uppercut. Coming around. Down goes Kavaliauskas.
Remember, he is one of the best closers in the business. Let's watch how he does it here. One punch, that's it. Bud Crawford title defense.
Got to get that last punch. Beautiful right hook right here.
Yeah, that hurt.
Right on the ear.
That hurt.
And down goes Kavaliauskas, and that was the end of the fight right there.
Sure, he took a few shots here and there, but it was a clean win nonetheless. How would the icon Kell Brook stand up to the heat? Little did we know that he was a couple of fights removed from his eventual retirement. And Bud is not the type of fighter you want to meet when you have one foot out the door.
He has finished guys, whether it is orthodox or southpaw, but in recent years we have seen plenty of Crawford, mostly in the southpaw stance, and wildly effective in doing so.
Brook has a brilliant 1-2. It's automatic. It's his favorite combination, but his jab right now is landing.
He just scored with it accurately upstairs against Crawford. Crawford looking to close that gap as he goes southpaw for a moment, doubles up the right-hand jab, and then comes with a left. Good exchange here as he switches back to righty. Size across the shoulders, across the back. Look at the muscles popping in the upper body of Kell Brook, and the base he has as well, that foundation with the legs. Fought at this 147-pound limit. He was fighting brilliantly, and then Spence got to him with the power and scored an 11th round TKO.
Clean, flush shots.
Right now it's a battle of patience. Neither fighter can afford to make a mistake, and as you see,
what he was doing in the right-handed stance wasn't working.
What do you suspect here, Dre?
I think the latter is true. The right-handed stance wasn't working, and he wants to see if he can get something going from the left-handed stance.
Stop. No.
Engel did not want to travel and then have to quarantine nor come to the United States. So instead, Carlos Formento is the trainer.
Well, when Crawford turns southpaw, he's not even throwing it.
That's what happens. That's what turning southpaw does. But it does allow you to land a right hand like Brook just landed on Crawford right now.
The right hand can be the best weapon against a southpaw. And
that's how Errol Spence had success against Brook. He closed the distance and started to bully Kell Brook. He started to fight him in close. Brook fought back valiantly, but he really didn't have any answers for that.
I see some swelling already on the right eye of Terence Crawford, in the right hand, right down the middle that just lands for Kell Brook.
And there's a right hand from Crawford.
Crawford has to continue to get his lead foot outside the lead foot of Brook to have success with his offense. That will put him in a safe position to let his combinations go. Beautiful right hand.
And the champ gets to him.
Get over here.
Just like that.
Get over here.
Terence Bud Crawford hits the gas.
7, 8.
Like a right hook, right on the money, right on the button. And you see the legs right there of Brook as he wobbled back to that corner. Nice finish up right here, combination from Terence Bud Crawford. You know, sometimes your opponent can do the work for you. As you can see, Kell Brook was moving forward. He shot a jab out there. Crawford timed it over the top with a nice, short, I would say jab, hook, jab, hook type.
That's the first knockdown. Remember, the ropes held him up.
Boom. And you know, that shot wasn't even on the chin. That shot was right on the eye, and it had that type of effect on Kell Brook. That shows you what type of devastating punching power Terence Bud Crawford possesses.
One of the best closers in the game. 27 knockouts in his career. Do we have 28 right here?
This fight is also
thundering in. Look at Crawford. Vicious attack to close it.
No.
And he stares him down.
Okay. No.
With his family here, his wife Isha gets that look in his eyes.
At this point, the fight was as good as done because Terence Crawford is one of the best finishers in the game. You can't be hurt like that against Crawford, especially knowing that he had a slow start. He wants to come in here and prove a point and remind everybody why he's atop that list, and that's how you do it. once again, to your point, Tim, it's not a 3 or 4 round fight. It's a 12-round fight or less. And I wanted to see the reaction from Kell Brook once Terence Crawford landed a clean shot.
Another clean win for Crawford, and a quick one too. The fan favorite Showtime Shawn Porter was next for Bud, and though we had no idea just yet, he too would be retiring from the fight game shortly after this one.
Porter's fought a lot of different styles, but he's never fought a lot of different styles in one man.
Those are the surprising combinations that Porter is great at doing. Doesn't matter what position he's in, you got to be cautious and be ready every time he comes in.
Sitting right on top of the orthodox fighter. Porter just able to get away from the uppercut. Good exchange on the inside. Good action here in round 2. Crawford lands a right hand.
Heavy exchanges in this round. Porter got his. Crawford got his. That shot right there to the chest may not seem like much, but that hurt. A sweeping left hand from Crawford and a beautiful timed right hook.
To the body to finish off an entertaining second round. So both trainers want guys composed, collected, and sticking to the plan.
And that could be very dangerous against this guy, Terence Crawford.
There it is.
Good eye, Tim.
Ooh. But it's coming.
To the body with the right hand goes Porter. Get that angle where the head comes into play. So there is blood now around the right eye of Shawn Porter. That is not a knockdown. And Porter went falling down. And then the end of the round.
Beautiful surprising hook right there from Porter.
Coming into this fight, Porter's been cut 11 times. The majority of those cuts have come on the right eye, so there's a lot of scar tissue there. Not surprised that his eye is opened up this early.
It's very noticeable when you're with him. Looks like railroad tracks when you talk to him around that right eye, and now there's blood coming from it.
This is the urgency that I was talking about that Shawn Porter.
Good left hand from Crawford.
Good shot right there to the body. But you see Crawford is not thinking about boxing. He's thinking about fighting.
And then very accurate with the right hand as well. Puts him off balance again, right to the chest.
What Crawford is having issues with right now is the sneak attacks from Shawn Porter. They're so explosive and so fast.
Lunging with the right hand. He gets out of the way, and all of a sudden Porter goes face first into the neutral corner.
Cup right there from Terence Crawford, just turning Porter. The Cubans are known for doing that. That's a Cuban move right there. Turning, cupping the head there, pushing the guy in the corner. But why did he do it?
Short left hand from Crawford as Porter comes out of that position.
Double right hand right there from Porter, sneaks in.
Kenny, his father, saying, Shawn, go left, go left. Right now he's circling right, and that is right into the range and the track of the backhand, the power hand of Terence Crawford. Let's look at Andre Ward's card through 4 rounds, 39-37 Porter. Now at range, trying to place that left hand right to the body. He does a few times. And then goes on the attack to close out the round, does Terence Bud Crawford. Hey, you're letting him come up and just touch you at times. It may not matter to you. You're not being affected, but it matters to the judges. That's exactly what his trainer told him.
Not only the judges, but it's allowing Porter to get into a rhythm, to gain confidence. And it's forcing Bud to press because he knows he's behind, at least on my scorecard.
Look at this from Bud Crawford.
Official scorecard.
Early on in round 6, as you see the head movement from Porter, but not able to dodge all of it. Here Porter now comes in. Back and forth they go.
Shawn Porter.
Ooh, good body shot right there, sneak.
He has been able to get that left hand to the body.
And Shawn Porter's asking those questions of Terence Crawford tonight. It's a great opportunity for him to answer.
Touch, touch, then power from Crawford. Wide swinging right hand from Porter off the mark. Attempt at the uppercuts from Crawford. Infighting from Porter.
With the opposite hand.
Bud is landing, but Porter's taking the play. It's war for Shawn Porter. It's the art of war. Sneak attacks. It's fighting. It's boxing. It's going away when you want me to come forward. It's a little bit of everything that we're seeing right now from Shawn Porter. Crawford has more glaring answers or more glaring questions to answer now than he did before the fight started.
See, the difference is that when he lands these shots on anybody else.
Porter landed that right hand in the 7th round.
Ooh.
And as we come to the bell, an opportunity to check in with Mark Kriegel and Max Kellerman. Total punches fairly even. Crawford with a slight edge now, 64-60. Good combination. He catches him coming in. 2-punch combination by Crawford. And so good countering both off the back foot, off the front foot. And now sharpshooting to the head is Crawford. Good start to round number 8 for the champ.
Porter coming in behind the jab.
I don't understand what a swing round is, meaning it literally could go either way.
And it happens often at this level, Trey, right? At this elite level.
Those little shots right there from Shawn Porter are bothersome. And if they hit you right, they can hurt.
Yeah, but again.
Ooh. Just missing with the left hand as Porter came in.
Various right hands. Porter's doing exactly what his father told him. Ooh, that body shot right there.
Wow.
Oh,
what a good thought from Crawford. Porter with a couple of right hands. Crawford comes back with the left to the body as he has done a few times. Goes with it again.
That's been missing from Crawford, the jab. He hasn't been on his jab.
He's only landed 21% to this point. He found it in the last round. There's a double jab from Crawford. Left hand to the body again and again. Lead left hand from Crawford.
Porter resorting back to his own ways, lunging forward, coming behind the jab, lunging forward, put his head down, boom. Crawford meets him with a nice short uppercut on the inside.
As Porter keeps taking those steps forward.
Ooh.
Going underneath with the left hand to the body. Body work in that last round and the short uppercut that we showed. There are the body punches. 28, and there is the knockdown scored in round 10 by the champ.
Told you Shawn Porter makes too many mistakes lunging forward like that. Oh. Boom, hit with an uppercut. Terence stepped right to the side. Created an angle for himself. Avoided those punches. Step back. Double step back. There you go.
And then the end of the fight. Seeing what could be behind that jab. There's a combination. There's a lead left hand. Looks good on his feet, but not coming forward and firing at Crawford for the moment. There's the overhand right. And another combination. Beautiful work by Crawford. Magnificent
accuracy by the champ. He does damage. Kenny's on the apron, and he's stopping the fight. His father says it's over. Terence Crawford has just stopped Shawn Porter.
And watch this combination, Dre.
Well, you see Crawford doing what he does best, finish. He got that right hook in there. Not a shot he really landed thus far up until this point. It's a heavy, heavy shot for any fighter to take, especially this late in the fight. Here we see a half step back. Boom, that's his signature shot that Terence lands. He missed that, but he came back with the right hook, and it landed flush. Down goes Shawn Porter, and I think Kenny Porter stopped the fight, not necessarily because of what happened, but what was to come. Terence Crawford is the best finisher in the game, and he knew that it wasn't going to get any better for Shawn Porter, especially if Shawn wasn't himself and was dazed in the head and tried to keep off a guy like Terence Crawford.
Hey, do you want to do? Yes. Step back a little. Give me a glove. Give me a glove. Give me a glove.
Kenny was already up on the apron.
You could see just how frustrated Porter was. He knew full well that he was thoroughly outgunned in this one. But what's your opinion on the career of this all-time great within the sport? And who would you like to see him take on next?